Well, my name is Cheryl Hines, and this year I taught 7th and 8th grade math and 7th and 8th grade science.
Okay. I am Janice Carr. I teach PE, art, and personal finance.
So I'm Natalie St. Bernard, and I am a 1st and 2nd grade teacher here at Memphis FNS Academy. I've been teaching for about 5 years, and this is my 2nd year teaching 1st and 2nd.
The classroom management, behavior management piece. I had students that were unmotivated and not really doing anything in class. And I had students that were far below grade level and just kind of checked out. Ms. Harriel taught us how to restructure the room to make it more accessible for every student, and some tips on moving around the room so that the students have to constantly track you and the landscape changes so they don't get bored. And doing the exact same work but doing it in a way that the children perceive as fun. And as an example, a worksheet became a scavenger hunt and the students had to move around, and that I think was great for touching on all learning styles.
My biggest takeaway would have to be understanding that it's not always necessary to try to change the student, but more so understanding their teaching style, their learning style, and understand how my style may need some changing.
Just gave me a different way to look at things. It is just a shift in just the way to look at how to teach, and not be so linear in my thinking with respect to any topic.
Having a different perspective, that outside understanding on how I teach and how to reach the children was very much necessary. And when I changed my teaching style and how I reached the student, I was able to get better results. I noticed more enthusiasm, more willing to participate in the learning that was taking place. When I changed, the results changed for the better.
Well, I think the students started to enjoy it a little bit more as time went on. They were looking forward to coming to finish the superhero math problems, because I wouldn't let them do all the clues in one day. No, don't make us wait till tomorrow. We want to know today. It's like, no, we're going to do this tomorrow. So we'll find out who did it. But you know, they were really, really excited about it. So if everything could be that exciting.
I think for my students, they were able to gain, just based on what I was learning, just how to transition easier and how to use their time more wisely. And behavior started to improve as a correlation to what they already knew that I was going to be asking based on the different strategies that I was implementing. And so they came to expect that I would be looking for certain behavior, and I didn't have to keep reminding them about it.
All of it worked. I think the one-on-one, it was helpful to me to have the co-teach, and where you were modeling what to do. That just kind of opened up my brain. I felt like it was just in a little box, but you took the lid off the box And, I could just see things in a different way because I see how it works. It would be one thing to read it on a piece of paper and say, oh, this is something you could do, a strategy you can implement in your class. But to see it live, that's invaluable. And then to be able to reflect on it and dialogue about what happened afterwards was very, very key. And then I think even having the sessions, the group sessions with our peers where we would get together and would hash out problems, and then focusing on the why and constantly, being asked why? Why do you think they're doing this, and why are they saying that, and what could be going on in their world that might make them react and behave that way. So it was good to have those sessions once a week or however often we had them.
I really appreciated the training that we did during the week in the classroom. And I also appreciated when Miss Harriet would come in and co-teach with me, and also she would teach with my students. Because it's one thing to just talk about how to do it in theory, but then in practice, when you come in and when a teacher comes into the classroom, they can show you, and they're working with your students, so they can kind of show you how to manage each situation with the students. And I found that really beneficial and helpful.
The most valuable part, I would say I'm still finding it, because I have gained so much knowledge that I can incorporate into my classes for next year and for the future. And I'm still learning and seeing all of that play out, for which I'm excited for, because the information that I received is so intriguing and very much necessary.
I absolutely would recommend it. I don't think I would be as enthusiastic about returning without it, because it can be overwhelming with all of the competing things that we have to contend with. It's like you've got standards, and you've got parents, and you've got students, and you've got the board, and you've got just your own teaching, and you've got the material, and there's a lot of things that you kind of have to juggle, and it would be overwhelming to kind of think about it, trying to do it again without support. I wouldn't relish coming back, but with the tools that I have, I'm looking forward to switching things up and doing things, starting the year differently than I started last year. So I would say absolutely, hands down, unequivocally, absolutely, we need this mentorship. We do. I said, please, let's do this again next year. And let's do it every day if possible. And let's do it early in the year. Because that's my one regret, is that we started so late in the year. I'm like, man, I could have been boss if we had started at the beginning of the